All right, we are in the final round of the Tour Championship. I'm in my 22 account. So we got, 57 wins and 67 games. So, and I'm going to say low-level stuff. Actually, some of the clubs are already mid-level, but not very many of them. So let's get out there and take a look at it. Hole number 1. Let's fire it up. Let's go find hole number 1. Hole number 1. That is for the next tournament. Sure, I couldn't get prepared before I started filming. What's the deal? Hole number 1. And it's a par 4. Look at that. All right. I was trying to get a little greedy the other day and trying to make it through this and put some power on it. I just need to lay it up there and have to take my lumps and try and just get up on the green. I don't have enough ball guide number 1 to lead me through this narrow little channel. And it's kind of weird if you're off on this side. It can, if you hit it with the right speed, it can kind of move you towards the cup, but it can drift you off if you're just, and then if it's pretty tight in that area. So just put it, my goal is just to put it out front and take my chances with my wedge. All right. Am I awake? Have I had some coffee? Let me open up some coffee here. I wanted to play early this morning, so I bought some canned coffee last night so I wouldn't have to get up and drive down to the store. All right. Coffee. I'm not quite awake yet, but I'm on my way. I'm on the right path. Okay, here we go. Play. I probably need to pick the right ball. Maybe. My opponent's got an extra mile 8 with 6 topspin. And they're doing overpower. And they hit it great. Gone for a little longer than I wanted to be gone. It's not letting me swap the ball. What is the deal with that? All right. 1.8 rings. Wonder why it wasn't letting me swap the ball right there. That's a weird it's a weird deal. That is really weird. They're punishing me for stepping out to get my grid up. I've had that happen a couple times over the years, but not in a long time. They're saying, hey dude, you should have had your ball picked before you got out here on the course. I have no freaking clue what club I'm going to be in. None. Not a clue. So I'm going to use my calculator for the math. Have no idea what club. It'll be a shitty angle, I can tell you that. 3.5. Where am I at in my club? Divided by 3, 1.28 rings. It's probably too much topspin. Probably going to go shooting off the backside. 1.28, 1.3. Hitting it perfect. No ball guide. You can't lead yourself there. You're guessing. Definitely don't have enough backspin with that club to hit on the green side. You needed to get up there closer to open up the angle. What in the hell is the deal? Let me turn the game off. Let's not get it caught up in that shit. Turn it back on. What is the deal? Oh, you're a rookie. You could only play with the Marlin. I was on Dunner Stream last night. We were talking about that. You got a new account and people will bitch. You're using bigger ball. Everybody can use bigger balls. That's part of the deal. If you ever see me do one-on-one tour videos, I always use a small ball. Why would I go out there and waste my big balls during one-on-one when I can use them during a tournament? Now that was disappointing. Not saying that I would have made it if I would have had access to the ball, but it would have been better. All right. Let's pick the ball now, just in case they jerk me around and don't let me pick it. Titan, the king of balls. All right, Steven. Extra miles 3 per ring. And we will definitely be at max. And you can't spot shots here. In this bracket, top scores are going to be 17 plus. So they're going to have picked up all the par 4s and then at least the one other hole, potentially hole number 3, which is a very makeable Albie. Very makeable. Perfect. They are on the other side. That's freaking narrow through there. It is narrow. I mean, you got to hit this shot perfect with this club. 3-6. I'm going to take the wind out, or I'm going to take most of it out. 3-6. Should be a ring and a 5th. Hitting it perfect. See if I made a good wind adjustment and thread that little needle and not end up in the rough on the right there. Threading it. Still got a shit ton of work to get done though in this account. I got to hit this next shot perfect because I'm using a Firefly, and a Firefly is a great club when you're got low-level stuff, but you have got to hit it perfect, especially from this distance. There is no room for error with it. Here we go. Hitting it perfect. And in the hole. Woo! Look at that. That's a big deal with this account making these eagles. I'm really kind of bummed about hole number 1. I could have been a contender. I could have. Let's go open up a slot. I do not want to play without an empty slot, not with this account. We're trying to get as many club cards and trying to get as much stuff as we can possibly get going. Every chest you open, everything you get, it's going to give you something. Hole number 3. What is hole number 3? Okay, we have a serious opportunity, even with this account, to get an Albie here. Let's not screw this up. If we can just get out here, I think I'm going to be in short iron, so I've got that runner. What's bumming me out about this runner is I can't, you really need the Kingfisher to get to like level 2. I think when 2 or 3, it really gets a little bit more ball guide. But not having, I still have some Tour 3 clubs. All 3 of the epics I haven't found yet, and the 3 that I'm really looking for, the Kingfisher, the Horizon, and the Big Topper, haven't been able to get those. So the runner is it. It's got the best ball guide. It's got the best of all the world. So that's it. That's as good as it's going to get. That's as good as it's going to get. Let's look at that one more time. All right. I don't think bringing out a different ball here is not going to make any difference. I could bring out a bigger power ball and try and get up there a little bit more, but I don't think I can get up close enough to get into like my wedge, which would be like a really good spot for this account to get into. Maybe. No, I think even in my, I don't think so. I think I'm just going to lay it up out there and we'll take our chances. Let's just play it smart. Okay, here we go. Bringing out the level 4 extra mile. It's 3.2 divided by 3. 1.1 rings. Let's be right in the center of that. 1.1 rings. I'm going to put the forward distance back on it. Just try and get perfect. Hitting it perfect. That might actually put me in long iron. Maybe. I think that will put me in long iron. It's pretty far back. Let's see if my opponent can get to where they're at. Got to wake up, start talking. Give you some color commentary. They're in the rough. In the rough. That was probably short iron from there. There's man, so I'm at minimum backbone, which is 2.5 per ring. I'll put on a couple backspin. Get right up. That's mid club. I've been leaving it short, and I am not leaving it short today. 4.1 divided by mid backbone, which is 2.2. 1.7 rings. If I can get lined up with the wind. There's 1617. Getting it perfect. Get in the hole. At least get long enough to get. Woo! That's what I'm talking about right there. Shit, that was lucky. Woo! Woo! The crowd goes wild. Jeez. That was awesome. They didn't quite make up for not being able to pick the right ball on hole number 1, but that was awesome. If you can't be good, be lucky. I have to get Dunner to record that song so we can play. If you can't be good, be lucky. Excellent, excellent. And I damn near overpulled it. I did take 10% off on the wind there, and it was 1.67, and I was trying to do a 1.7 pull, round it up, and I probably should have rounded it down for that. I liked the result, but I was a little off on the right. Got a lot lucky, not a little, a lot lucky. All right, we really need to pick up all 3 of those first holes, but picking up 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Hole number 4, the first par 3. All right. All right, all right. Times whatever the wind is. I have no idea where I am in my club. I have no idea which club I'm using. Pretty sure I can take a navigator, help cut the wind down just a titch. Got that going. All right, here we roll. Maybe. I might have to up it if the red lines aren't right. I bring out a power 26 ball so that I can use my wedge. I am at mid, eking towards min. Eking towards. .8 divided by mid backbone, which is 2.2. 2.33 rings. 233. I'm gonna do 2.4. Hitting it perfect. Close. My goal today is not. I think when I qualified this account, I left every single. I left us like 5 holes. I left the ball short of the cup, and it did look like it was going towards it, but you can't tell with the ball guide unless it's rolling past it, and you give yourself at least a look at it. My goal today is, whether I make them or not is a different story, but I want to at least give myself a chance for it to go in by making sure I can at least get to the hole. I don't want to go breezing past them, but I do want to make sure that I get up to the cup and at least give myself a look. Excuse me. See if my opponent can get in. Perfect. Perfect. can tell you right now, you would not want to be in a porta potty if it flipped over. That would be bad. That would be a real shitty situation. Hole number 5. Hole number 5. I'll bet you it's a par 4. It is a par 4. Look at that. Look at that. This one, the whole goal is just to get into this area and take the chip to get up, not try and get greedy and try and go for it. Really don't want to get on the green. Switch this up for a Titan. And I could probably play, there's several of these that you can probably play with a Katana. And a Katana might be better on this. Can I tag that one? I'll tag it. Let's do pinned. 1.1 times whatever the wind is divided by 3. Here we go. We need to get all of these par 4s, and this one this one and the next one are really low hanging fruit. The last par 4 is, with this account, is definitely a little more difficult. Because you got to rough bump it off that face. Now the way to do that is to bring out like an APOC and a bigger power ball so you can get front and you can backspin it right onto the green. Let's see if my opponent can achieve that and not just go flying over the green. It's kind of what it looked like. It was going to go too far. They didn't have enough spin to keep it on, enough backspin to keep it up. .32. It's 1.17 rings. 1.2. We'll call it. Isn't it perfect? Whoa down, Cat Daddy. Whoa down. Whoa down. That putt's not bad. You could have some really bad putts if you were way down on the bottom right there. You could have some bad putts. For most people, they probably go, oh, that's not a bad putt. But for me, I really just don't like taking long putts. I don't like taking those putts that if you don't hit it perfect, it won't go in. That's too far away. Ooh, so close. So close. I think that'll go in. I think it will. If I'd hit it great on the right hand side, I think it would have, I could have missed that. It might have drifted down, but it was breaking to the right. Good game. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Continue. Hole number 6. What is hole number 6? All right, this is definitely, we can get out into this zone once again. Not trying to get greedy. I think we'll be fine with just what we have. Same stuff I got. A Titan and a extra mile. Bob goes first. Bob goes first. A level 8 rock. You can get a lot of shit done with a level 8 rock. The best thing that ever happened to a rock was right before they came out with the club card training, the week before, they came through and because when they did the club card training, they added on a whole level for the rares and the epics. Epics used to only go to level 7, and rares used to only go to level 8. And when they came out with the club card training the week before, they had buffed several clubs. Not a lot of them, not all of them, but they did buff some. And one of the clubs they buffed was the rock. That might be too much. No, I think that's okay. 3.7, and they gave it 10 extra yards, which was huge. 1.35 rings. 125, 135. Now 10 extra yards they gave the rock, and they gave the rock that 10 extra yards from level 1. So if you had a rock, even a level 1 rock, you picked up that 10 extra yards, and that was huge with that club. It really separated it away from the quarterback, because up to that point, even when it got maxed out, it was a great club, but just not, it never developed any distance. Hitting it at, I think it's at 132 when it's maxed out, and prior to that 10 yards it was at 122, and it was still a good club, but I mean, for a rare, it was never, it would disappear out of people's bags. But when they did that, it really, really helped that club out. Got to hit that perfect. Hitting it perfect. In the hole! Woo! Excellent. Excellent. I'm really bummed about hole number 1. We would be having a fantastic round if hole number 1 would have been more in tune with us. Hole number 7. What is hole number 7? This par 4. This is the one. I'm gonna try and do the where you're here and you clip the rough and you just bleed up and get up in there. And I'm gonna take a which way's the wind blowing? Oh yeah, of course we got headwind. Of course we have headwind. I'm going to let's think here. Let's think. Well, I'm going to practice it because we have a headwind here today. I may bring out a bigger ball for this just so I can set my club up there and pull back a little from the red line and work out the stuff. There's got to be an adjustment. We really want to know what because we've got sand here and we've got this little teeny rough that's going up the hill, and here's the sand, so we're hitting off of this little rough area so that we can get those bounces that go straight up in the air. When you got a headwind day, if you don't get that wind adjustment absolutely correct, it is bad. If you overpull it, you'll hit the rough up here at the top, and instead of getting the little bounce up, it'll just shoot across. Or you can miss the green or miss the rough entirely. I may not necessarily take the shot right here. My opponent's they're right at the red line with although they got a level 6 extra mile. They got more distance than me. Isn't it perfect? Rolling off. back like one ring from the red line just to see if the 3 power ball can get me up there. I mean, with all my topspin, you can see where my bounce is. It's going to be right in the sand. So if I switch to a 4 power ball, what 4 power balls do I have here? I could switch it up to a 5 power ball. I think that's the deal right there. Right in that spot. With a 5 power ball, that puts me at like the plus 10 mark. The plus 10. All right. All right. We're going to take that shot. That's it. A little teeny bit of headwind and throw it off. I've been able to, really don't want to have to do any overpower on this. One thing I didn't like about that ball was it only has one side spin, and I don't have a lot of curl on it, so where it's coming out there, that rough area kind of has a little bit of a dip, and then it comes over to the edge, and here's the green starting off on this side. When you put curl on your arc, it's pulling it over here where the fatter rough is. With a Titan, you got 2 side spin. It's been helping me get there. Let's see. That person's probably thinking, what the hell were you doing, dude? What were you doing? Hey, that's not the one. Let's think about what ball to use here. Five power ball definitely got me up there. Okay. All right. I will use the Great Outdoors ball. I will. Let's look at it one more time. Let's see what Tommy says to do for adjustments. 10. All right. I had a 10 already on my thing, so we'll go with the 10. Let me look here. I think the distance is so drastic between this extra mile only hits 224, 226 versus the 202 with the rocket. I'd have to bring out a power 10 ball in order to get the rocket up to the same spot. All right. We'll stick with that bag. Let's get a chest rolling. Open up a slot. I played the other day. I was playing a pro account, and I went to go practice one of the holes, and one of my viewers pointed out that I screwed up, that when I went and practiced, I practiced it in Ricky instead of pro. Of course. What were you thinking? Not paying attention. Shit. I like playing Ricky. It doesn't cost much. You can have a lot of fun and not... Don't get confused with, well, if you're playing Ricky, you know, like the scores are tight. You can get higher scores and some of the other brackets, just depending on okay, it's 3.9. It'll be 1.5 rings. 1.5 rings. I'm going to put all of my massive curl on it and hit it perfect and cross our fingers. Cross our fingers. I missed the putt on this the other day. So I was pretty close to where I'm at right now, and I missed the putt. So And could I have done that with a power 3 or a power 4 ball? Absolutely. Probably a power 4 ball would have been. But we're playing in a tournament, and the whole goal is to try and get eagle here. So that's why we have these special balls. That's why you save them, so you can use them in a tournament like this. Here it counts. Like that. That's a great use of a ball. Oh, that's if you don't make a great wind adjustment here, buddy, you are going to be like going straight up in the air. Oh, that's way too much overpower. I think it feels like that was way too much overpower. And I was wrong. Everybody's got to set their own shot up. But man, I watched some of the people set their shots up, and I'm like, is that going to work? I don't think that's going to work. Oh, I missed it. Ooh, a blind squirrel finds a nut. Woo, look at that. Jeez. I thought I was going to miss that putt twice in one tournament. Same putt. That deserved a drink of coffee. Jeez. In the hole. All right, what hole are we on? We're on hole number 8. What is hole number 8? This is the last of the par 3s. And it seemed like I needed to do 10% plus 0.1, 10 times the wind divided by, and I'm going to be I'm pretty sure I'm in my backbone. But I need to add on 0.1. 0.1 plus. In this bag, and I'm going to take a navigator, the nav. The navigator. .1, 10% plus times. Let's see where I'm at in my club. I think I'm eking. There's min. There's max. So there's mid. So I'm eking at min. It's 2.2, 2.5. It's like 2.4 maybe. 2.3.5 times 2.5 divided by 2.4. All right. It's 1.25 rings, 1 1/4. Isn't it perfect? With 0 time left on the clock. My goal was to at least get to the hole, but that wouldn't went in. And I was trying to set up on the right-hand side. I was trying to be on the right. I added on 0.1. I added on 10%. I was in between mid and minimum. Mid is 2.2 and minimum's 2.5. So that's 7. So that'd be 2.35 where I was at, and that is what I did. In the hole. All right. This last hole is actually super challenging with this account. And I don't want to get too too jiggy with it trying to get up on the green. It is kind of a difficult hole with this count. It's almost a birdie hole with an eagle opportunity. Would be nice to get it though. Let's look at hole number 9. The difficult spot with this account is it's trying to negotiate. I don't have a lot of spin, so like you could get up here and you could try and get on the green and use your spin to stick it. But I don't have any of that spin, so I really kind of got to lay it up, and then I still have a shot to get up to the cup. And I'm going to do this, and you can do it with a katana, but I'm going to bring out a Titan just in case I get in trouble and overshoot it, because I don't have really good recovery clubs. And we want to try not, I repeat, not to overshoot it. And we need as much distance as we can on the drive, because my other clubs aren't. Let me think. I'm just going to bring a Kingmaker. Just a Kingmaker. Do I have any Kingmakers? I got 22 of them. Hold on one second. All right, I'm back. I had to talk to a man about a horse. Immediately. I am going to... I've taken this drive shot twice, and I've been a little short, and I was in the rough, and I'm going to practice this hole once, just to try and get the drive nailed in, to make sure that I'm in the right spot getting up there. I'm going to say this right now, and I got to post it on my forehead so I'm not going to try and go for it on the shot to the cup. I just want to chip it right off the green. I want to be as close as possible, but I'm going to be right off the green, so I have just a little chip up. But I need to put myself, I got lucky the other day. I ended up in the rough, and then I just rough ironed myself out, and then I sank a shot with my backbone from distance. I got this, I didn't have the spin to get it to stick, so I put my second bounce in the hole. I'm going to do 2 backspin. I'm going to do all the backspin. I'm at the red line. So it's basically 1 ring. Let's see what kind of distance we get on that. All the backspin at the red line, just pulling out the wind. Hitting it perfect. And I'm dead center in the middle. I'm trying to be in the middle to I did leave a little on the table. Let's see what kind of distance I have with my second shot. I could put 1 backspin on it instead of the 3. I want to put myself as close in the middle. I was trying to get down into this area, so I was a little close to this. But I'm going to just put myself right down the middle, so if I do catch a grate to the left or the right, I'm still right in the middle. I'm convinced if you bring out a big enough ball with topspin boost and you've got the right clubs, you might be able to make it over to this area and rough bump yourself out. Especially with like an APOC where you've got a lot of curl and you can bring it around. Now the ball is going to be going in this direction, so you really, if you miss it, you'll end up in the trees over on the left-hand side, but I think that it is possible. I'm not sure that it really it definitely gets you into a better club. And I should have plenty of distance from this area. We'll see where it's at, and just the Viper got plenty of distance. That should be fine. You could get jiggy with it here and try and do, or you you're just roughing out in it. But I'm really like looking at just trying to get over into that area right there. 2 rings off of that. The Viper's 2.1. I'm going to do 1 ring. And then I'm going to put a little bit of curl and just lean it. And I hit it great to the right, which is good because that'll tell me if I left enough room there or if I get caught up in that rough. That's really where I want it to be. I need to get myself a little teeny bit more separation on that rough area there for hitting a grate. And a 2-ring grate is definitely not going to work. The big dog. I don't think I have a big dog yet. Maybe. One of the things about a big dog, it doesn't get, even when it's maxed out, its ball guide, it's better, but that's one of its Achilles heels. But it does have lots of curl from the get-go, obviously lots of power. It's got top spin, it does get backspin. It's really not a bad club. You can get a lot done with it. It's not a club that I want to take to a lot of shootouts. All right, where's max? There's max, there's mid. I'm in the quarter range. Got to hit these perfect. That's the stuff I'm looking for right there. That's how I'm gonna go at the eagle. I could get a little, if I got a little teeny bit more distance on the drive, it might help me on the second shot to try and get up on the green, but there's a lot of putts on that green that I'm not sure I really want to take. And you've got to take some chances in order to get up there. And I'm not so sure that I want to take those chances. Not so sure. Okay, let's get it done. We've seen it. I have somewhat of a game plan now. Off we roll. Off we roll. KT, the big ball whackers. The big ball whackers are in the house playing the kings of golf. Let's see what my opponent does. The thing about pulling back like that is you're in no man's land, so it's like trying to find the same spot again, like finding some marker out on the course so that you can like pull back to that spot. Otherwise, every time you take it, it's going to be in a slightly different area and it's going to do different stuff. Here we go. Deep breaths. I'm going to come off of that backspin, just a sliver. I'm going to be as centered up here as possible, give myself as much room as I can. Take some of that spin off 3-2. And I'm going to over pull it slightly. Oh, and I hit it 2 rings. Great. 2 rings. That's why I wanted to set up right in the middle. The other day I was trying to get a little greedy. You don't have to get greedy with the distance down there, and the angle is not super going to help me. was trying to get enough of an angle so that you're coming out more out on this side, but you really can't achieve that unless you do something spectacular. Guardian is, I will tell you, if I had a Guardian, the way that I would play this is I would have brought out if I had a Guardian in my bag, I would have played this hole different. I would have set it up so that the shot to the cup, I could have done a max overpower, backspin, side spin. Because with the deal is, even if you'd have hit it 3 rings off, it'll still end up on the green. The Guardian has some tools that your other woods just do not have. Viper 2.1, so 3.3 divided by 2.1. That's with no spin. And that'll probably get up there. I actually think that will get up there. 3.3, 1.57. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to take all the wind off. I'm going to cheat it just a little and not take off quite all of the wind. Isn't it perfect? There we go. There we go. A little teeny bit more distance on the drive. Changed that shot. Changed it. I didn't have to put any spin on it, so I wasn't worried about rolling off. It's just making sure I got to the green. Excellent. Excellent. I'm going to give a shout out to the truck driver that watches my channel. You know who you are. I spent a lot of windshield time driving to jobs across the country, and I listen to audiobooks and several podcasts. Listen to a lot of audiobooks. I'm a big fan. You're out there on the road all by yourself and it's the middle of the night and you're got some entertainment. It's always fun. In the hole. All right. I shot a 16. The whole goal was, my thought was that the minimum score needed to be 16. Now, hole number 1 is where fucked me not being able to switch balls out there. And I should have just did an overpower shot because I knew I was going to be in a really bad angle to the cup. But that's definitely just playing conservative and trying to stay in the fairway and give myself a look at all the holes. I have no idea where this is going to be in the bracket, but it's not going to be at the top. Hopefully I can get a top 10. I really am looking for the prizes. Let's see if we got a top. Let's see if at this point, it's still early in the round, but let's see if at this point we're at least in the top 10. We are at least in the top 10, and like I said, you got to get a 17 or better in order to get to the top. That hole number 1 jerked me around. I have no idea what the deal was on that, but not that I would have, not saying that it was guaranteed that I would have made it, but I would have had a better shot if I could have got up there into my Firefly range. Not a bad round with this count. Not bad. I will take it. They must have got me qualifying round scores. Yes. Maybe I can eke out a top 10, which would be really pretty good for this account. Especially getting the berserkers. I could use some berserkers. I could. We'll see how it finishes up. But there you go. That is that's the final round in my 22 account. Played it pretty conservative. I have quite a few people that have finished, but there's probably at least half the bracket that hasn't even started yet. Yeah, over half. So we have tons of people, and there was a shit ton of people ahead of me coming into this. There's a lot of people down here that haven't started playing yet that came in with really good scores. So it'll be a miracle if I can maintain a top 10, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. See if it happens. Thanks for watching. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend. I have one more account to play. I have a Ot and Pro to play, and that is it. So I'm gonna, maybe I can get together with Dunner and play a Pro. I'm gonna text him right now and see what he wants to do today, and we will go from there. Stay safe, be nice to each other, and I will catch you on the next one. If you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe. Hit the like button if you like the video, and ring the bell. Dun 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 dun.